Over my time in Patagonia, I came to appreciate the pristine beauty of the wilderness that has been protected throughout time through geographic barriers. In order to continue to protect it in a modern age, conservation in the Aysen region of Chile is of the utmost importance. Conservation is the act of protecting or preserving something which is in the wilderness in this case. The Aysen region is a unique wonder that exhibits glacial and forest ecosystems, low population density, and temperate rainforests. In particular, reserves like Laguna San Rafael, which I lived next to for 7 months, is an integral part of the northern Patagonian icefield. However, these areas are under threat from the ever-increasing infrastructure and tourism as more people want to visit and learn about these hidden wonders. One factor is a shift from agriculture to tourism dominating the economy. Chile is the fourth wealthiest country in South America. Given its geographical severity, it has led to isolation in large swaths of territory. The small number of coastal indigenous people were wiped out almost immediately after the Spanish conquest. This left an entire region that most parts had never been seen by human eyes. The Chilean government in the 1920s promised this land to any settler who could burn it and would therefore own it. Similar to the American West manifest destiny with settlers establishing ranches on vast territory. However, the wild frontier lands shifted to a service-based economy geared towards tourists seeking recreation, opportunities, and closeness to nature. This was due in large part to the loss of the sheep trade, which registered a decrease of 15.2% between 2007 and 2013, dropping from 2.9 million to 2.4 million head. With an unprofitable livelihood, most in the region had no choice but to resort to tourism or sell their lands in hopes of making a living in the small towns throughout the region. Foreigners and wealthy investors who seek to buy property in open tourism businesses dominate the small economy, separate from Santiago. There are unforeseen consequences for local populations, such as unstable and seasonal work, that often excludes them. Diversifying the Aysen economy is a crucial element of ensuring progress. The consumption of locally grown foods can reduce transportation costs and support local economies. In addition to crop rotation and educating local populations, the use of renewable energy is also key, in particular solar energy, which has already made an impact in the region due to government programs that provide locals with the resources at cheap costs and sometimes free of charge, given the geographical severity and isolation which I've observed firsthand. There is already increasing use of conservation-based employment through national park services and other jobs within this sector, such as trail building and search and rescue operatives. With financial access and education for locals to participate how to deal with an influx of foreign investments, this will also prove to be valuable. Foreigners buying land for exclusive tourism often price out locals, who lose cultural and economic agency. There is a considerable need for equitable investment policy. By setting local hiring quotas and encouraging local equity stakes is a viable solution to the problem. This would help combat the lack of regulation on land acquisition by foreign investors. Agritourism is a viable solution that combines the local customs and sustainable farming practices and gives tourists the opportunity to participate in the way of life or observe the practices. It serves as a win-win where both parties profit and there's no permanent trace or damage on the environment. There are examples already in place that I've observed. Local cowboys, known as gauchos, occasionally will guide tourists on their ranches and teach them about horse riding skills and the gaucho customs. Renewed government oversight is the most crucial aspect of ensuring the success of conservation in the Aysen region. For most of its history until the last 20 years, there is practically no government oversight in the region given its remoteness, but with technology and a changing economy in the region, government oversight can work. Standardized restrictions on large-scale development is a crucial step to curtail what can be built. This can be realized through legislation that restricts how much can be bought and built. Implementing a national policy for sustainable tourism will also add another bureaucratic step to verifying who is buying property and why they are doing it. Aysen's beauty is at a crossroads between preservation and exploitation. I've seen the pristine beauty of Patagonia myself, and the looming threats as well. There are viable steps to implement these solutions, and it is not too late to do so.